Hey, it's Coach Carvel Bailey. So listen, I wanted to come make this video because I want to be able to help you parents today, right? Parents of high school guards. I want to be able to help you out. So, you know, I had a call about a week and a half ago, from a parent. The parent and athlete is in my local town, my local area. So I understood what school they go to. I know their coaches very well. And I know that I probably could have helped this parent help their child, and or help this parent or their coach help the parent help their child. Either way, I could have helped the parent help the child, or I could have helped the child's coaches help the parent to help the child. However, here's what happened. Because our company, Bless the Ball Consulting Group, we're business. We run a business. And so we record all of our discovery calls for our quality and training purposes, just in case we have to go back and use this call to train somebody, or if we have to use this call to go back and listen. Same way athletes watch film, we go back and listen to our calls to see what could have possibly taken place, that things weren't closed on, right? Did we not explain things closely? If we missed that particular call as being a good fit, because we only take about 30% of the calls that we get. We only take about 28 to 30% of those calls as clients, because a lot of them don't be good fits, right? So we listen to them to see, did we miss something that could have been a good fit? Did we not miss something that, wasn't a good fit? Or, God forbid we bring somebody in and it's like they're hell to deal with. And it's like, hey, how come we didn't catch this red flag? We can go back and look at those calls. Well, this particular athlete, parent, he didn't want to be recorded. And while I understand it, but it's a process. It's a process. If you reached out to me wanting or needing my help or my assistance, and I'm a former head college coach that has great accolades as a coach, as well as a business owner, great accolades putting people in school where they need to be. Well, if you have a problem with having the call recorded, there's trust issues. And those trust issues are probably with your athlete. Those trust issues are probably with other coaches, right? Maybe you don't trust your athlete enough to do what they need to do. Maybe you don't trust the coach enough to do what they need to do. Maybe you don't trust yourself to do what needs to be done to be able to help your athlete out. But for this parent to say that they don't want to be recorded, and so that ended the conversation. So you reached out to me, you scheduled a call, you went through the application process, we approved the call, and you got on the call for less than 2 minutes, and you refused to get their athlete the help that they needed, because they didn't want to be on a call that was already being pre-recorded, to be able to help them out in their situation. So my point in making this video, my point in saying this, please close that door for me, Mr. D. My point in saying this is this: there's a process for your athlete to get college and recruitment ready. There's a process. You may not like my process as a parent. You may not like another coach's process, but all coaches have a process that they go through. And if you or your athlete is not willing to go through the process, then you have to be okay with the results that your athlete gets. Does that make sense? Now, guess what? The athlete is still at the same high school, gonna still play for the same coaches, and guess what? Those coaches and that school have a process. And so if parents, if you can't deal with one process, you may not be able to deal with the other process. I just thought it was kind of interesting that the parent, I'm not going to say the high school, right? But I just found it interesting that the parent refused to do what they needed to do to get help for their athlete, and they were the ones that reached out. So, but again, it showed us they're definitely not a good fit for us to work with because they're not coachable in our eyes, right? That was the second thing. The first issue, the kid is named the same as his dad. And I asked the kid for the purposes of talking to his dad and him. I can call his dad his name, call him Junior. He like, no, I want you calling me Junior. I say, okay, hey man, okay. And I'll call you what you want me to call you, as long as it makes sense. So, but that told me also, listen, y'all want something that y'all haven't earned. Does that make sense? Like you want something that you haven't earned. But they're the process. They're the process in this game. They're the process will help your athlete get college and recruitment ready. So hopefully, you can trust the process, like Joel Embiid said, and stop thinking you could do it by yourself. Because after all, where has that gotten you thus far? All right? I just wanted to drop that on y'all. All right? Trust the process. Stick to the process. But you got to commit to the process and be willing to go through it so you can come out on the other side and get what you want. All right? Talk to y'all later.